Both streams are live. I'm going to pull up my chat. Here we are. What happened? Freaking me out, multi-streamer. Alright. Keep it on chat. So I am streaming in 2 locations right now. I'm on YouTube as well as Twitch. So I will try to be good about saying where the person is chatting from. Because right now I do not have my chat embedded in the main window so that you can see it yourself. Honestly, I don't know where to put it. So, anyway, I've been working on this blanket in a couple live streams and on my own time. It's just a plain old crochet blanket, which started out as using my scraps. It's gotten pretty big, but it needs to get a lot bigger to be a full blanket. And I just I bought a couple new solid colors to go with my leftover yarn that I'm trying to use up. And so I'm hoping to do a couple rows of this, like my lime color here. And in other news, I'm just sitting here chatting. So feel free, ask me anything or hang out or whatever. Doing. Changed my category on YouTube for this live stream. I put it under people and blogs or whatever they say. So I don't know if we'll get our normal crafters or not. Experiment. Right, what am I doing wrong here? Hello, Aunt Bede does games. I think I'll call you Aunt Bede. Is that okay? She is on Twitch. They are on Twitch. And they say, I am here. I am a crafter, crocheter as well. Hello. I'm not very good at crochet. I have been doing it for a long time. I'm not fantastic at it. I do a lot of other crafts, but I enjoy crochet, so I keep doing it. Aunt B, okay. Oh, Aunt B, not Aunt Bede. Gotcha. So how are you today, Aunt B? Yeah, I have gotten a lot better at it over the years. I've really been crocheting since I was a kid, but I'm not I do so much other stuff that I'm not super consistent about it. So usually when I try to do something like a blanket, I do granny squares so I can make like one square at a time, you know? But this time I'm trying to just keep going with a single like double crochet all the way through. You have a stalker? Aunt B, that's not good. Have you contacted the police? Creepy. Is it someone you know? Or just someone online? Stalker stuff is scary. Let's see. Aunt B over on Twitch says, and I may have brought it on myself. I had an emotional affair with the dude. It was not that way for me, but after it was pointed out, I went head first into it. Well, everybody makes mistakes, right? So now what? You've tried to end it and he won't let it go? That's rough. I hope for your safety, it is just a human being emotional and not acting out in any way. I don't know if that's stalking. I would say you have a fan. But, I mean, really, it's, you know, whatever boundaries you put up. You feel like it's going overboard. Have you said anything to him about it? B says, my dream was to become a professional streamer, and now I finally reached affiliate, and then this happened, and now my husband doesn't really want me to stream anymore, and I'm torn now. That sucks. That really sucks. I mean, can't you just block the guy? I mean, I think it's an inherent risk, right? To have fans that go overboard if you're willing to put yourself out there online. I guess that's why some people do the anonymous, you know, they wear the masks and stuff. I mean, it is scary. Oh, Aunt B, so you voiced that you didn't want to speak to him anymore, and then he followed you on all those places. Yeah. It's a little creepy. I mean, I would just block him everywhere. Straight up. You don't owe this guy a explanation. You don't owe anybody anything. Ever. Unless it's like you owe someone a coffee. Or 50 cents or something. But you don't owe anybody anything emotionally ever. Oh gosh. So you did block him and he created a new account, and blocking on Twitch just means I can't see his texts in stream. I didn't realize that. Ugh. What kind of streaming do you do? Oh, he's still, yeah, you can still watch it. It makes you feel icky. I mean, Twitch doesn't have something, I'm new on Twitch, so they don't have something where you can, like, contact the, you know, people and be like, yo, this dude is creeping me out. Aunt B says she plays games and crochet and talks. Well, I'm really sorry that this guy is creeping you out. You need a posse. I wonder if you contact, you know, like the affiliate support directly. Maybe they have a way to, especially if there's other people complaining about him too. Because if they get multiple complaints about the same person, then they can kick him off. Posse would be very nice, yes. Posses are hard to find these days. I mean, it's not fair, you know, to you to have to stop streaming because some guy doesn't understand boundaries. Being nice to someone doesn't mean they get to harass you. Humanity over on YouTube says, I remember when you had 101 subs. I feel special. You are special. 101 subs. It was probably like 99 people that I knew personally. I know, I'm almost at the next 1,000. I'm so excited. I've been gaining a lot of subs lately on YouTube since I did that, trying the Yvonne Williams kit, wire wrapping kit. I don't know if she sent her people over to me or if I just come up in the suggested videos, but a lot of them have been coming over and really engaging too, like leaving lots of messages and sending me stuff. I got fan mail the other day, which was awesome. Oh, Aunt B, thank you. My setup is in part because of my husband, who is also a streamer and gamer, and he has helped me a lot with the technical aspects of everything. And I've been doing YouTube a lot longer than I've been doing Twitch, but I sort of just wanted to try out Twitch. I don't know, just for the social aspect of it, I guess. You know, making tutorials at home all day it's lonely. Yes, Aunt B, socialization is good for the soul. Oh, humanity, I should tell you that I'm streaming in 2 places. So you're over on YouTube. You can't see that I'm also chatting with people on Twitch. So I'll try to say where people are chatting from. But thank you for watching me on YouTube as well. Aunt B on Twitch. I have never streamed playing games. Kind of a boring game person, which I know some people watch, but I'm more like a puzzle game person. I do like all the Mario games. I'm really good at Mario Kart. So my husband and I, we talk about doing that together sometimes, but we've just never done it. Okay, Aunt B. So I streamed on Tuesday, and my youngest kid stayed home from school that day. She was pretending to be sick, which I realized afterwards. But anyways, I had her stream with me. She's 4 years old, and the video is actually up on YouTube if you want to check it out. But it actually came out really cute. We did a little collage together, and I'm kind of thinking about bringing that in as a weekly stream, at least on YouTube. Ooh, Aunt B, you're crocheting a shawl. That's nice. What stitches are you using? Ooh, a peacock shawl, pretty. Oh, nice. No row is the same. That's cool. I do better with crochet when I can not think about it. Like if it's just, you know, rote memory. Same stitch every time. Anything else, I tend to get really messy. Then my blankets fall apart. I will probably put a decorative stitch on the border. Maybe a popcorn stitch or something. It's better than nothing, that's right, Aunt B. Aunt B, she plays Roblox and talks like she's streaming. It's so cute. That's really cute. My kids do that too when they're like pretending to take videos or something. They'll be like, please like and subscribe. So I finally figured out a way to stream and make my chat big enough to see, because I'm usually like this. But I think I got it. I've got my text up 150%. Got my contacts in. I had my laptop closer, but now it's... I think I'm gonna be okay, even with it that far away. Oh, Aunt B, okay, yeah, I will join that. That sounds cool. I haven't really dove into all the Twitch, you know, support and groups and all that stuff yet. I did a lot of that when I was starting out on YouTube, and it did help. Oops. Team B42. Okay. That one up. Ah! So it is raining out where I am. We had 3 days of sunshine. Well, actually 2 days of sunshine, which was really nice because it's been raining for freaking ages. Now it's back to rain again. I think it's going to be raining for like 8 days. Uh-oh. What did I do? Why did I do that? I stopped a row halfway. Oops. Okay, well, I'm gonna keep on keeping on here. See, this is what happens with my crochet. Don't do it often enough or I don't know what I was thinking the last time around. What do you say, Aunt B, when that happens? Aunt B. Yes. I have a saying when people are having a hard time getting things going or finding inspiration or anything like that. I like the saying, you can't be in bloom all year long. You know, not even the most wonderful flowers in the world are in bloom all year long. Sometimes you have slow periods and need a break and, you know, can't be on our A game all the time. All right, let's see. I'll try to rejoin in this with a 3 single stitch, see if that works. Yeah, I think that worked pretty well. Oh my gosh, Aunt B had to rip out an entire shawl to make it work. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's why I don't think of myself as like a really good crocheter, because I just don't know if I'm dedicated enough to rip out something and start over. You know what is annoying about that though? Now I'm gonna have to... How did that happen? Maybe I should just knot off right there and start a new row, because otherwise I'm going to come back to this single point every single time. I think that's what I'll do. Yeah, I could do a slip stitch the rest of the way. Is it going to be ugly if I just do a knot? Like I'm changing colors? Make my Hand's bigger. Okay, on B. UBRB. Alright, I think I'm just gonna knot it because then I won't be confused. Pretend like that doesn't exist. Alright, now I guess I'm gonna start from the other side. For anyone who has just joined, I am streaming in 2 places today, YouTube and Twitch. So if you hear me talking to someone that you don't see chatting, it's because they're on the other platform. I will try to call out platforms. I've been working on this blanket in a couple of streams now. The first and second row were the hardest and took forever. Now it's easy. Aunt B is back. Hello. Aunt B, what is the weather like where you are? Cold, yeah. It's been one hell of a winter. our winter has just been so wet. It has rained. I mean, it feels like it's rained at least 80% of the days since October. Just not good for everybody's mental health. Not good at all. I mean, I don't know about in other countries, but in the United States, the weather across the entire country has been crazy this year. Everyone, every state's getting weather, unexpected, crazy weather. Oh, Aunt B, I'm sorry. It's... mental health is, you know, the big thing that I realize is that not only does the weather, you know, like the grayness, the lack of leaves and all that stuff affect me, but it's also that how, like, you don't get any fresh air and exercise and stuff when it's raining or snowing all the time, you know, unless, I mean, snow is almost better because you can go skiing and stuff if you're into it, but what in the world can you do in the rain, you know? I mean, I guess you could buy a bunch of waterproof hiking gear and go for hikes, but I don't know. It's tough to stay happy in crappy weather. That is for sure. I mean, it's tough to stay happy in any weather. When it's crappy out, it's harder. I grew up in New England, so I was running away from the snow for my adult life. But yeah, you know, I mean, I wouldn't move back there. I still think the winters are just too long up there. Way too long. But yeah, at least snow you can play in or something. And you get those like warm days that are, you know, you have a bunch of snow on the ground, but it's warm out. And but my mom still lives in New England, so I can visit the snow. Be on Twitch. Are you do you work or are you watching from home? I guess you don't have to answer that if you have a stalker. I forgot. I just won't repeat your answer. Aw. Stay at home mom. That's nice. I've got a 4-year-old myself. I got a 4-year-old and a very soon to be 7-year-old. Ooh, a 15-year-old and a 13-year-old. How are those teens? Is it as scary as everybody makes it out to be? Oh. Aunt B, I know when I was a teenager, I gave everybody a run for their money for sure. My kids are pretty independent already, so I imagine they too are going to want to do things their way. So hopefully I can keep them safe. Yeah, you were the same. You gave everybody a run for their money. I mean, being a teenager is so hard. That's the thing that I hope I will remember when my kids are teenagers, is that I remember being a teenager well. And it was really, really hard. You know, it's tough. It's emotional and terrible and wonderful, and you know, it's like all these things that you're taking responsibility for. And I mean, I would say, you know, like 14, 15, it was probably 13, 14, 15 was probably the hardest point of my life, I would say. So hopefully I remember that when my kids are, you know, being defiant. I'll know what to look for. Not be 15 was when your trouble started. Yeah, I mean, it's just a hard, like when people say that they would go back to, you know, being a teenager or like early 20s or whatever, like, no way, man, no way. My 30s are the most calm decade I've ever had. In your 30s, you get to stop worrying about everything, start doing what you want to do. I'm gonna be 39 as well, Aunt B. We're the same age. Saint Just Germany, hello over on Twitch. How are you? You're good. That's awesome. Just so you know, I'm streaming in 2 places right now, so I've also got people on YouTube watching. So if you don't see someone chatting, but I am for some reason commenting to them, that means they're over on YouTube. I am doing good. Thank you for asking. Just working on this blanket that I've been working on for a while. It's raining out, so it's a good day for crochet. And I was supposed to start early this morning and make a tutorial for YouTube, because I usually post new tutorials every Wednesday and Friday. But honestly, I was having a hard time getting motivated today. So I started with just the stream. I don't know what I'm going to do about that tutorial tomorrow. Maybe I'll just go live. We're doing it live, people! Okay, Saint over on Twitch has a question for me. They say, since you have AMA tag on, here's a question. If you and your family friends could stay in a healthy, youthful state, how long do you want to live on Earth or wherever? Okay. So how long would I want to stick around? I mean forever, I guess. I don't know. my whole thing is that I don't want to get really, really old because of like your physical and mental state. But if you would stay youthful forever, I mean, that'd be kind of cool. Although I guess, would you have to keep working for money, or is it like a utopian place? So how about that? I would take my family and friends and live on a utopian paradise forever. Although the way the Earth is gone, I'm not sure I'd want to stick around here forever because it seems like kind of destroying everything. Saint says, forever. I like this answer. That's good. You have any other questions for me? Saint asks, okay, one more. Your take on AI, blessing or doom for humanity? Ooh. That is a tough one. I mean, I want to be positive about it, you know? What was that one movie where the guy is in a romantic relationship with his OS? AMA is Ask Me Anything. So people on YouTube, yes, AMA is Ask Me Anything. So you can just ask me questions, whatever, to start conversation. Her, yes, Saint, her, yes. See, I would hope that AI is sort of like that and not like the robots are going to take over the earth and kill us all. So I guess I'm hopeful. I don't know. It's kind of like that joke, you know. Like if robots take over the world, we can just splash them with water and they'll die. Yeah, I guess I'm unsure. I mean, I will say this, like, artificial intelligence in your home, like the Amazon Alexas and all that stuff, I don't use any of that stuff. I don't use Siri, Alexa, Google Home, like whatever it is. I don't use any of those things. I do think that that's a pretty creepy overreach. Um, and, you know, it feels like every day that there's some news article about, oh yeah, by the way, we did have cameras in that device you were using, but we swear we're not looking at them. You know, stuff like that's just, I don't know. That kind of stuff is a little doomsday. But I guess I'll just keep not using them. I think one of the problems is that we're currently in like the Wild West of the technology, right? Things are unregulated. There's no real rules. People are giving consent to things that they don't understand. So I think in the future it'll probably be way more heavily regulated and controlled. So maybe that's a good thing. Yeah, Saint, I agree. Say, we don't have the experience with new tech, so society doesn't have the right rules yet. Yeah, exactly. We just don't. You know, it's new. It's a baby. You know, just like car emissions and cigarettes and all these other things that we came to realize needed regulation before we all died from it. Oh, Aunt B, yes. Circle back to your stalker. Mm. Aunt B, yeah, the you know, there's not the rules and regulations aren't there against stalkers. And you know, sadly, that is true all the way to the point of getting you know, real legal protections and all that is just it's people are not protected. It really isn't. And it's, you know, it's different states have different laws, and a lot of times there has to be an actual physical altercation for a person to get a um what is that called? A restraining order against someone. Like, you have to be hurt to say this person is, you know, threatening to hurt me. It's crazy. And thankfully there are states that are working on that. I know there's been some um but you know, I shouldn't even say that, because unfortunately what it usually takes is someone dying in a grisly way for there to be a change, and then the law is named after them, you know? It's like, it's terrible. Be, yeah, I mean, I guess just, you know, keep copies of everything. Make sure you don't have any actual personal information online. Aunt B law, let's hope not. Let's hope not. This guy's probably just a troll. There are a lot of them out there. He probably picked up on the fact that he was scaring you and has run with it, you know? Yeah, I'm sure it feels very, very creepy. And I'm sure your husband's pissed too. Alright, Saint on Twitch asks, what's your pick? What causes overpopulation? 1, scarce space. 2, scarce food. 3, scarce energy. 4, impact on flora fauna. 5, impact on climate. And besides, what do you think our planet can sustain in the future? Sheesh. Let's see. I think impact on flora fauna will be our doom. I think our human impact on flora fauna will be our doom. Because I think that we're eventually, you know, if we don't do something, we're going to see less bees and less pollination, and perhaps, you know, even worse, like famine and stuff through our crops and all that. I think that is probably the most dire situation. You know, cutting down rainforest trees and all that stuff is insane. So I think that will lead to all the other things, right? Because we're cutting down forests to make more space to grow food and for more people. So there's your scarce space, and then, you know, that's impacting flora fauna. And then scarce energy, I don't think is really a problem. I think the problem is greedy jerks who don't want to move away from the scarce energy sources that we have and move towards renewable energy. What else is there? The scarce food, I think will just that'll just come as we ruin the world. Because right now we don't have scarce food. Right now is, you know, in the United States alone, we have enough food to feed everybody in the world. But we don't. We just throw it away instead. Oh, and then, okay, your second part of the question was, what do you think our planet can sustain in the future? I think we need to start making some serious changes now. You know, because me and thousands of others doing our part by composting and stuff like that is not going to change the world. We need governments and big corporations to put their clout behind it, get on board and start making real changes. You know, there's entire countries that have gone to renewable energy in, you know, in 10 years time and have really changed their, you know, all their industries, the way they do things, and they're doing fine. Like, there's no reason we can't do that here in the States. Whew. Thank you for the questions, Saint. Show my hands bigger for a minute. What do I do? Created a knot. Saint, no problem. I will think about your questions and answer them anytime. Saint, do you stream as well, or are you just a viewer? Just a viewer. Well, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Saint, do you do any type of crafting or art? Oops, sorry. Curd, hi, how are you today? Saint, you just like art streams and just chatting? That's cool. I need people like you, so thank you. Curd, am I a boy or a girl? I am a, I identify as a girl. It's a female. Thank you, Saint. Yes. I would say a woman. I am no girl. Ooh, Aunt B, you're doing your makeup. That's exciting. Are you gonna stream? Kurd, where in the world are you watching from? There you go, Aunt B. Maybe you should just start being creepy back to this guy. Start stalking him. I've been streaming for just about an hour. Feels like a long time this time. I feel like the rain is making me achy today or something. Just want to sleep on the couch all day. Oh, do I still have my hands all big? Let's put my face back on. We have the same birthday, Saint? No way! That is so cool. I've known 2 people my whole life with the same birthday as me. So you're a Leo. I like fellow Leos very much. I can always spot them in a party, you know? Like I start talking a mile a minute to someone and I'm like, wait a second, you're a Leo, aren't you? Oh, Aunt B, you are May 16th. I have a good friend who is May 16th. Actually, I have a lot of good friends who are Tauruses. So you and I would get along as well. 2 of my very best friends are Tauruses. Saint, do you care about that stuff? Your zodiac sign? Saint says, well, I always felt comfortable to be a lion, but I don't care as much about it. Yeah. I'm not a very like woo-y person. So I guess it's surprising that I sort of follow it, but my thing is with zodiac signs, like I wouldn't believe it if it wasn't so dead on about me. Like I must be the quintessential Leo or something, because all of the descriptions, all of the horoscopes, all of that stuff is like, it's just always so dead on for me. So, figure, well, and it's funny because sometimes I can, I can guess people's, usually in a negative light, I can guess people's sign. Oh, you do tarot readings, Aunt B? That's cool. I don't know if I have had a tarot reading done, I guess. I wouldn't say I believe in it, but I do really like anything creepy and curio. So I'm a bit of a curio collector. And I think tarot cards are beautiful. Ooh, I don't know about that, Saint. What is Riven? A 90s nostalgia game. That sounds like the perfect game for me. Riven is the sequel to Myst. What was the best-selling games in the 90s? I'll have to check it out. Do you like 90s nostalgia? Because I lived through it. I think that's why I'm a big Mario person. Because my first gaming experience was the very first Mario, the first Nintendo, all that. So, holds a dear place in my heart. I like a lot of mid-90s games, like Sonic the Hedgehog I'm really into. Things like Kirby. I just don't play that much. Secret of Mana. I don't know if I've played that. Sounds familiar though. There's a game, it's right on the tip of my tongue and I can't think of it. It must have come out in like 98. And it was a female character on like a distant world adventure kind of thing. Gosh, what was that called? But I was so addicted to that game that I actually called out of work a number of times to stay home and play it. It was terrible. That game, it was like something... like maybe it started with a P. It's like a sort of a big word. It's gonna come to me once I stop streaming. Oh yeah, Tomb Raider. That's not the one I was thinking of, but that's a good guess. See, I've never been into like shooter games, like first-person shooter games. I don't know. It doesn't work in my brain. Hello, Boo. How are you? Thank you for joining. Boo is over on Twitch. Just for anybody who hasn't heard me say this yet, I'm streaming right now through Restream on YouTube and Twitch. So if you hear me respond to someone that you don't see chatting, it's probably because they're on the other platform, and I will try to say where they are streaming from when someone new joins. Oh, is it quiet? Here. I probably just have it too far away. Is that better? Boo, thank you for letting me know that my mic was quiet. Oh, is it blocking it? Oh. Hold on, let me go to my setup so I can actually see it. Oh yeah. Yes it is, isn't it? Let's see. See, that's why it was so far away. Let's see, maybe like... how did I have it set up before? I'm sorry if this is being loud. How's that? Still a little far, but it's more in front of my face. Reem over on YouTube says, my first live video. Well, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I am streaming on both YouTube and Twitch, so you may see me talk to people who you don't see chatting, just so you know. And Boo, happy to help, here to meet new streamers. Well, thank you for stopping by. I am a pretty new streamer here on Twitch. I think this might be my 4th stream ever, maybe? And just so everybody knows, I do have a ton of videos over on YouTube. I started over there doing tutorials and some mixed stuff like hair dyeing and vlogs and stuff like that. So if you want to see my expert content, which is what I call it over there, that's where you can find that. Over here, I just mostly chill and chat while doing stuff. So Saint, you say, so as an American, you know about Euro dance music when talking about 90s nostalgia. Yes, and actually part of my 90s nostalgia is that I was a raver in the 90s in the United States. Um, Probably from 96 to maybe 2002. I went to raves pretty regularly. For a long time, I went to weeklies every Saturday, or sorry, every Friday. And then as I got older and had jobs and stuff, you know, I started just going to bigger ones. And now raves are so big. My God, you can't find a small weekly anymore. Aunt B, my YouTube channel is the same as on here, and you can find me everywhere with the same handle, tonicraftshow, Toni with an I. Saint, you only listen to it in my home. Oh, yeah, I was a big raver for a while there. But it's funny because back then, I wasn't really into it for the music, I would say. It was definitely more of a social thing for me. You know, the whole plur thing and meeting people and all that stuff was very big for me. But then as I got older, I really started sort of appreciating the music, and now I very much like electronic music. Oh, boo. Okay, so Boo says, well, hey, it is Ask Me Anything. So Boo says over on Twitch, did you do drugs? Yes. Yes. When I was a raver, I did the drugs. And it was fun. I always say if you're only going to do one drug in your whole entire life, that you should choose ecstasy because it's a lovely experience. So no shame in that. Reem, what type of strings am I using? This honestly is just a cheap thread from Walmart, embarrassingly. So it's definitely not, it's not organic cotton or anything like that. It's just some sort of synthetic. But some of these are, this rainbowy one, you can feel the difference. It's so much softer. And then the synthetics are kind of like squeaky. So anyways, I'm just using a whole bunch of different threads. I was trying to use up my leftover thread that I had from a bunch of different projects. That's how this blanket started. And now I've went out and bought some solids so that I could fill in some space. Reem on YouTube. Am I saying that right? Is it Reem or is it like Riam? Riam? Ram? Saint says, did I watch South Park in the 90s? I remember downloading SP episodes with my slow modem. I learned some English this way. Yes. Yes, I watched South Park in the 90s, and it's funny because now that is totally one of those shows that if we were to look back on it now, it would be so inappropriate. Like that show, it was very, very in your face and not politically correct in any way. But yeah, it was funny as hell. Raheem, is that right? Raheem on YouTube? The funny thing about South Park too is like, you know, it was kids watching it. There was You know, it's all teenagers and tweens watching it, and that was a pretty hardcore show. Saint, what's your native language? And I'm sorry if any of you have given me a follow and I haven't said anything. I only have my chat client huge on my screen right now because I'm old and I can't see my screen. So if anyone's giving me a follow, I'm sorry that I haven't said anything. Oh, Saint. That makes sense. It's in your name. German. It's Reem. Okay, so I was saying it right. Like long E's. Reem. Reem says, I'm an Arab and it means white gazelle. That's beautiful. Greetings from Syria. Hello, Syria. That's exciting. What time is it in Syria right now? And Saint, my mother-in-law, lived in Germany for 15, 20 years and just moved back to the States in the last couple years. So I've been to Germany once. I have yarn fuzz on my face. Saint, I kind of wanted to say German, obviously. Well, hey, you could be from somewhere else and just really like the German soccer team or something. I feel like this yarn is getting fuzzies all over my face. So Saint, it is what, 9 hours ahead there? So it's about 9:30 p.m. Is that correct? I have no clue how far ahead Syria is. Seriously, I have fuzz all over my face. (6:30 p.m.) Okay, I was wrong. 6 hours ahead. Because it's 12:30 here. when I flew to Germany, I was coming from, oh, that's why I think it's 9 hours. Because I used to live in California. When I flew to Germany, I flew from San Diego to Atlanta, Georgia, which is all the way across the United States. And then from Atlanta, Georgia, all the way to Germany. So the jet lag killed me. That was a big... That was probably the biggest jet lag time difference that I've ever experienced. It was rough. Aunt B, it's 11:30 where you are. AM? And Reem, it is 7:25 p.m. Oh, well, but wait, what day is it, Reem? It's Thursday here. Are you saying I have a nice voice? Well, thank you. I am not a singer. I feel like I have a very raspy voice most of the time. I feel like I sort of have a low voice. I have looked up what the #1 Billboard song was when I was born, but I don't remember it. It's probably something really cheesy. It was 1980. I'd like to know what the highest ranking punk song was when I was born. Reem, what type of crafts is my favorite? Ooh, that's tough. I mean, I love them all for sort of different reasons. Like, so let's start with crochet. Crochet I do when I just want to chill. It's a very relaxing hobby for me. I don't really do it to be super good at it. I don't worry about it. I just I'm able to do it while I watch TV and while I'm chatting and that kind of thing. So crochet is very chill to me. And then polymer clay is a new craft and art form for me. I have only been doing that in the past 2 years, I guess, and I've really come to love polymer clay. I mostly make jewelry in polymer clay, but I have done some sculpture-y kind of stuff, usually silly stuff, like gnome houses and stuff. So yeah, so I make jewelry. Jewelry's probably the thing where I feel most like I'm expressing myself truly. But that also has to do with polymer clay, because I use polymer clay to make pendants and that kind of thing. And then I actually went to art school. I went to Mass Art in Boston. So I do a lot of other stuff too. You know, I used to be in love with printmaking. But that was back when I had access to large machines and stuff to do it with. So I still do some hand, like linoleum prints and stuff like that. But what else do I do? Gosh, I do resin is really fun. I just started getting into UV resin. That's super fun. Yeah, I don't know. I do all kinds of stuff. I don't know if I have a favorite. I think I have a favorite for different situations. If I'm chilling or stuck somewhere, I like to crochet. Oh, Reem, it's actually Thursday here too. So how are you not? You're only 7 hours ahead on the same day. Crazy. That's crazy. Oh, I also sew. I'm actually taking a class right now, a quilting class with a quilting master at the Fine Arts Museum here in Atlanta, which I just started yesterday. I think that's going to be really cool. Right now, we're a little bit stuck on the noob sections because there's some people in the class who don't really know anything at all. So, you know, I think me and the other people who have some quilting experience are probably sort of just waiting for the hard stuff to start. But it was cool. They provided us with all hand-dyed fabrics. They're just gorgeous. So, Reem on YouTube, are you in a safe place in Syria? I need one of those fancy gamer chairs. I hope you're all being quiet because you're looking up the #1 punk song the day I was born. Reem, you're in Damascus, the capital. Everything is normal here. And Reem, how are Americans being viewed there? Are we screwing everything up, or are we helping? Usually we're screwing everything up. Aw, Reem on YouTube says, I found out about your channel in my attempt to do a polymer clay pendant. That's awesome. Did you learn anything? Hopefully I was helpful. I was just watching someone on YouTube. I can't remember the name of the guy's channel, but he makes like characters, you know, sculptural characters from games and stuff. And the way he used polymer clay really surprised me and really kind of made me go, oh, you know, maybe I have more to learn. Because he didn't condition his clay at all, nor did he roll it out or anything. He literally would just take the blocks of clay and like straight out of the package and just slice them and stack them onto each other and just kind of go from there, which I thought was terribly interesting because I spend a lot of time, like, I mess with my clay so much. I condition it, I roll it, I put it through the clay machine, I, you know, poke it, I strip it, I pop out bubbles, I do all kinds of stuff, and he was just taking them out of the package and pile them on top of each other, and his stuff looked great. Reem on YouTube says, I guess it's an endless game of politics, but in other areas, you people are too much of a help, especially YouTubers. Oh. It is an endless game of politics, yeah. American politics are... we like to stick our nose in everybody else's business. Aunt B tried to find it. You can't. I'm guessing you're referring to the #1 punk song. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That's probably buried pretty deep somewhere. Well, they probably didn't track it back then, right? Because really, it was like punk started in, what, 78? So it had only been around for 2 years or so. Oh, blonde. Okay, Aunt B says, Blondie, call me. That's sort of punkish. Hello, XL! Joining right at the end. You've missed a lot of chatting. We have someone from Syria and someone from Germany chatting. We're multi-national today. Oh, and XL is on Twitch. XL, have you been stuck in meetings all day? Oops. Aunt B, your 4-year-old is home and she is wanting gum. Where did she learn about gum? That's what I always wonder when my kids talk about gum. I'm like, who's chewing gum in your class? Okay, Aunt B. You know how when people call into radio stations and they say, like, first time caller, long time listener? Is there something like that on Twitch? First time chatter, long time lurker. So Excel, I finally figured out my chat. It's huge now. I can see without going like this. No more squinting at my screen, even with contacts. Okay, everybody, I think once I get to the end of this, I'm going to stop. Go eat lunch. Rest my back. Aunt B, yes, it does suck getting old. It really, really does. I feel like I'm really feeling that lately. Reem, have I always had a pixie haircut? No. I change my hair a lot, actually. I used to, so when I was a kid, I had really, really long hair. I wanted to be like this singer. Her name was Crystal Gale. And she had hair down to like her knees. And for some reason that fascinated me. And so the longest I've ever had my hair is down below my butt. And I had it that way for a long time. I started cutting it short when I was probably about 12 years old. And I went through a lot of different hair things, mohawks, shaved heads, whatever. And then I grew it out, and in my early 20s, or early and mid 20s, I guess I had really long hair. But I always kept it up. Like, it was always just in a bun all the time. And it was always a pain in the butt. So I cut it again. And since then, since probably like 29 years old, so for about 10 years, I've had short hair. And sometimes I let it grow to, you know, earish. I usually end up short again. Aunt B, really? Aunt B says, oh my god, same. Oh my god, we have so much in common, it's scary. Well, I'll have to check out your profile once I'm done streaming. Okay, Aunt B. I'll try to check you out. Oh, well, you know what? That'll be after my kids are home. I'll try. So yeah, Reem on YouTube. Every now and then I kind of think, oh, wouldn't it be nice to have longer hair so that I could put it up and not have to worry about it and stuff. But really, when it comes down to it, I just don't take care of it well when it's long. So it's just, you know, it's just a mess. And it's very straight. Like, it's board straight. So there's not a ton I can do with it. I don't know. I feel like more me when I have short hair, I think. I think I'm probably more like conventionally attractive with long hair, but I don't care. Saint is back on Twitch. Hello. No, I am missing a stitch here. I just don't know where. On B, you went to pink and now you're gonna go purple. I've had mine pink for a couple. Well, it was like a reddish pink, and now this lighter pink. I'm really trying to get a specific pink, but I never quite seem to get it. I don't know what I'll do next, but I do need to dye it. Pretty bad. Oh, you cut it like Pink the singer. That's awesome. Yeah, Pink has good haircuts. Reem over on YouTube says I have an artist vibe with this cut. Yeah. I think, I don't know, it just, I guess I just feel like long hair to me, I feel like I'm not like expressing myself, but I've also never had long hair and also, well, no, I have in college. I had long hair and also used to dye it, so I would have like blue underneath and stuff. So I don't know. I mean, I guess it'd be okay. Who knows? Never say never. Maybe I'll grow it out one day. On B, you almost did this haircut because Katy Perry did that. So mine actually is, I cut my own hair, which you guys can see on YouTube. I kind of just fudge it every time, and right now I had maybe like 3 months ago or something, I had a totally shaved head, and so I've been growing it out, so I've just been cutting it on the sides and on the back, and so that's why basically I'm in back to faux hawk zone, because that's just been growing out. I don't know what my plan is. I don't really have one. Okay, guys, I think I'm done. Thank you, everybody, so much for coming. It was really nice talking to you all, and especially from other countries. How exciting. Reem, I hope Damascus continues to treat you well. And I'm really glad that you found me on YouTube. I know, Excel. That's what I said. You missed everything. I'm sorry. And yes, I should be posting some sort of tutorial tomorrow on YouTube if you want to follow me there. Instagram, everywhere you can find me at tonicraftshow. And yeah, I will keep doing this if you guys keep coming and talking to me. All right, bye.